So I guess we can start off with all other guests as well. Do you mind just talking about your experience in Pakistan?
Pakistan, I grew up in an upper middle class family. Both parents were working professionals. Dad in the government, mom was a doctor. Both both my parents came from humble backgrounds and built a better life for themselves through their education and through their professional careers. So there was always this emphasis on getting good education and staying focused on career growth. So as a kid, I was a single child. So the burden of expectations from my parents was always there. There was always talk of going to this university versus that university, getting possibly moving abroad as well for career opportunities. And it was quite a childhood for me because of being a single child. A lot of times you don't have someone else to play with. So I always developed an interest in reading and watching documentaries. So yeah, a lot more quieter than some of the other kids that I saw around me.
Got you. And was there any favorite moments in your time in Pakistan that you recall and vividly remember or you want to share?
So I moved to Canada when I was 32 years old, right? So a big part of my life has been spent in Pakistan. So there are many moments, but I feel that one of the most enjoyable moments was when I graduated from my MBA at LUMS in Lahore. And my daughter was about 2 years old at that time. And I was like, I was married and I had a kid as well. And going through that experience of the MBA, it was very tough 2 years of continuous hard work. I was able to complete that successfully. That was a great moment. And then I stepped into a career which I loved. So that was also a turning point for me in many ways.
And you mentioned you graduated from Lahore. So is there any experiences from that that you would like to share or yeah.
Yeah, I graduated from LUMS, which is known to be the best business school in Pakistan. The people that you have there are incredibly intelligent, very driven. Most of the alumni from that university go on to become senior executives in most multinational companies. So it's a high performance culture. It's a very competitive culture as well. So I enjoyed my time there being among some high performing and intelligent people. Mm, And I feel that there are many moments that I can talk about, but I think one of the most transformative moments that I experienced was in the classroom at LUMS, where we went through the marketing course, where our professor helped us understand what marketing was, what marketing strategy was. I think it's a whole different way of looking at business and life in general if you start understanding how you need to sell stuff and how you need to strategize every like business strategy and basically selling goods and services, because that has given me perspective that has changed my entire career and my professional journey.
Okay, got you. And when you were in KP, so Khyber Pakhtun, was there any regions you went to during that time or
Yeah.
explored?
So my mom is from KP, and unfortunately, I lost my dad when I was 7 years old, and then it was just me and my mom in small town KP, right near Peshawar. It's a small town called Nowshera. My mom was a doctor, a very well established doctor in that region, a gynecologist, and very well respected. I had a very comfortable childhood, and living in that region, I got a very good understanding of overall how minorities feel in a country where they are not given enough importance in the mainstream,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But I think the Paktoon people are incredible. They're very proud of their culture, their language. Pashto is a language that's about 3,500 years old, right? And with
Yeah.
that is the whole culture. What I'm really impressed by is that despite all the disadvantages that people from that province have, now they are rising to the occasion. They've started contributing to the mainstream in Pakistan in all walks of life, from corporate sector to civil service to education. The great thing about them is that they're not afraid to embrace new professions and new technology, but they're also proud of their culture. So it's a great mix of the old and the new. So living amongst such people, I learned a lot, and I have great Pakhtun friends. So yeah, it was a very different experience from living in Karachi or Lahore growing up. Not I did not grow up in a large city, so it was a very different environment for me.